everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading today here at MadWorldTarot. We're doing check-ins today. We've done a wellness check on Prince Harry in the previous reading. Looks like he's in a spot of trouble, particularly with herself, the Queen of Wands, who showed up in reverse. I was intending to do a divorce check anyway. I'm going to do it from her point of view, a quick little 5-card reading with the Soulless Tarot. And I'm asking, if they knew that the Centre Barley crisis was about to blow up, which they must have, why was she hanging out at Gwyneth Paltrow's house? Basically being Gwyneth Paltrow's bee with an itch, while Prince Harry was hitting the headlines all over the place with this disaster at Centre Barley, humiliating, that he was broken-hearted and all this stuff. Where is she, the loving wife, who has just made a Netflix show telling us what a dear, kind, considerate person she is for her friends, not necessarily for her family? Where is she? And what is she thinking? Does she have a problem with Harry right now? Could she possibly be considering getting rid of him? Of course, the visa saga dragged on with the drug problem, the drug use, possibly even abuse. They thought they'd got out of that one when all the documents, not all the documents, but many documents were released with entirely covered in redactions. Heritage Foundation has threatened to appeal, so it hasn't gone away. So that was a bad look, very bad look if you're trying to be this wholesome lifestyle influency person and with your children and all the rest of it, and yet your husband is being dragged through. He personally wasn't being sued, but he's being dragged through, his reputation is being dragged through the mud because of his drugs use. So that was problematic, I believe, personally. Then comes the Centre Barley thing, where there's accusations of, those good old favourites when it comes to Harry and Meghan, bullying and harassment and governance. Oh, that's a weird thing that's happened there, but we'll just go with it. And all of that stuff, misogyny and misogynoir, didn't look good. How's it going for Meghan? How is the relationship right now? What is the state of the union? Why hasn't she been packed with him in a car park with a double-handed claw, gazing adoringly at him? Because he's so clever and he's so sexy and he's so marvelous. And as she told everyone in Colombia, while she was allegedly flirting with that other fellow. Is he a liability, and is she getting ready to cut ties? That's what we're asking today. It's tarot, it's entertainment, it's opinion, my opinion. It's an energy read. Disclaimer in the box below. Our underlying energy is a 9 of Wands in reverse. That's Harry's energy. That is the battered and bruised card. That is trying to keep your distance, put boundaries around yourself. She might be wanting to put a boundary between herself and Harry's rotten reputation, her reputation, which he's trying to salvage. It's also a rotten reputation, in my opinion, but she's doing her damnedest to come across as this lovely, pure as the driven snow kind of person. But the card is in the reverse, which says there is no gap, there is no distance, there is no boundary, there is no separation. One goes down, they both go down. Why? Because this whole house is on fire in that 9 of Wands. And the way it's depicted in this soulless tarot, a dark tarot, obviously. So it doesn't bode well for either of them or for their relationship. It's a kind of collapse energy in the 9 of Wands. It's all fall down. And as I say, very vulnerable, no distance between you. And what do we have as our situation we're dealing with? Ambition, the Chariot. That's her card in this context. It is her overweening ambition That is the heart of this reading. She is intent on launching herself in her own right, as Megan Sussex needs that title, especially if she's going to kick him to touch, basically. And she needs the podcast, she needs to renew the Netflix deal, she needs to monetize her kids, she needs the affiliate marketing, she needs all that commission from the clothes, and she needs As Ever to be launched. She needs all of this to happen now. Big scramble, big panic, push, push, push. She needs all of this. She doesn't need this. So let's see the state of the union. How is it going, particularly from her point of view? But we are reading from her point of view. We've got the Four of Cups rejection card. Apathy, indifference. It's not a card of passion and enthusiasm or even reconciliation or anything like that. It's just meh. Don't care. Not interested. Stay away. Only appear when I need you at the very last moment of my lifestyle show for Netflix, to pretend that I still have a husband and we still absolutely adore each other and we still live together and we still have 2 children in the house and this perfect relationship that we have. No, not really. Sorry, the camera falling over because my microphone dropped. It fell off the table. It leapt, tried anyway, to leap into the void when that Four of Cups appeared on the table, interestingly. So both, I think, are mutually apathetic about the whole thing, going along, going through the motions, nothing more than that. It's not catastrophic energy, it's not divorce energy. Why isn't she being loud in her support of her husband? She, of course, is being implicated in the Centre Bali thing, because people are enjoying very much replaying that little video clip of her preventing Dr. Sophie Chanduka from standing next to Harry and getting a hand on that trophy at the polo last year. Why isn't she coming to Harry's rescue? He has come to her rescue countless times, showed up for her countless times. Why hasn't she shown up for him? It's early days yet. Maybe she's intending to. Justice. We've got the Justice card. Justice card is legal proceedings. And she maybe doesn't want to get involved in legal proceedings that are Harry focused. We have heard rumours that she is unhappy with all the litigation. It's a waste of money, and has encouraged him to settle, and he hasn't been interested. So it's possible that it's got to do with that, especially if the Centre Bali thing turns into legal proceedings. It's teetering on the brink already with that application for an injunction. So it's possible that she just wants to stay well away from that. But there is something else in that energy, in the Justice energy. It's like almost just desserts. Like, you deserve this, which is rather horrifying for all this loving, devoted front that the two of them put on, and put the display that we were subjected to in Canada just a few weeks ago at the Invictus Games, before she got bored and wanted to launch her Instagram and got on a plane and went back to California. It's kind of giving me that vibe. And the third thing that the Justice card represents, it's a divorce card, just saying. So it could be that wheels are in motion behind the scenes, and she's just going to keep dead quiet while all of this is going on. Libran card too, just by the way, Gwyneth Paltrow. I think she's a Libran. I meant to check it the other day, didn't. But she gives off that vibe anyway of being Libran. Megan was more interested in being besties with somebody who has openly mocked her several times. And so that's where her priority is. Interesting energy here. Tell me, finally, not finally, almost at the end of this, what about Harry being a liability now to Megan and her brand? Her wholesome, stay-at-home trad wife brand that she's trying to convince us. Although apparently it's going to go off on a bit of an interesting twist. We got the Page of Cups. She's trying to be the dear sweet thing, and it does tarnish. It's not showing up overtly, but the dear sweet thing is the Page of Cups. Look at me. I'm just so relatable, and I'm so innocent and fresh and young. Apparently, though, I don't know how wild this rumor is, she might be following Goop's lead in terms of certain toys and things that she's going to be selling on her own site, as ever site. So I don't know how pure and innocent it's going to stay. A lot of money in those kinds of products, of course. But for now, she's trying to stay wholesome and sweet and pure and merch the kids, monetize the kids and all of that. So it doesn't sit well. But I'm not getting the axe falling on the relationship. I'm getting more image management in here. Want to be with Gwyneth, terribly ambitious over there, absolute indifference between them, couldn't care less about each other. That's how I see it. But we've got this card sitting under everything. So as sweet as it still looks on the surface, behind the scenes that house is burning, and one side of the house goes up in flames, one wing of the house goes up in flames, or the whole house goes up in flames. That is messages coming through very loudly for me. What's the outcome? Are we on track for a massive separation, or is this going to carry on lurching along? We're reading from her point of view and where she is. Oh, we've got the devil. We've got the devil, and the devil we know means being tied to something toxic. It's depicted most often as a couple who are chained together and to the devil because of their addictions, their obsessions, their lies, their toxicity. That is the thing that ties them together. So that card is a very powerful card that is showing up in this energy, a very negative card. It's a very negative reason to stay together, that however much they just can't be bothered with each other now, they are stuck with each other, and they're stuck with each other because of a kind of codependent, obsessive energy at a certain level. And I've seen this with him, that he wants to get rid of her, but he's afraid of getting rid of her because then what? And she's in similar energy. If I chuck him out, then what? Because I haven't established myself in my own right yet. I haven't proved that I can make billions out of just me, myself, Megan Sussex. And she's so unsure of it that she had to do the Megan Sussex thing and leave it in when it really should have been edited out because it was so cringe and so savage and was so shocking to us and to poor Mindy Kaling. They're stuck with each other at this point. They're stuck with each other because neither of them has the ability, the balls, the brains to go it alone, the popularity, the initiative, the ideas, the following. Neither of them has that to go on their own. But also, they have all their baggage from the past that's tying them together, all that mess around the kids and where the kids came from and all of that stuff that's still their money stuff that maybe is a bit fishy right now, a bit smelly right now. They've got things that are connecting them that very hard for either of them to walk away from. My personal opinion is that they both want out of this marriage desperately, and to all intents and purposes have left this marriage a long, long time ago, but neither of them can actually pull the trigger on it. It's interesting. Very toxic. This could go on. I don't think it's going to, because they seem to be heading to some sort of crisis point for me energetically anyway. It's escalating, it's accelerating whatever is going on with them. The story is just flying out now every day. That's my opinion, of course. We'll have to wait and see. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you again possibly tomorrow. If not tomorrow, I'll see you again on Sunday.